Do you want to score 280 and above in PT training? Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861.
Good evening and welcome to today's Politics on Some TV. My name is Abraham Minor Joda, your regular anchor on today's Politics. But today is the first Monday of the month of February, perfect month with 28 days and 7 days each for each day of the week. And today, we're bringing something very, very special to you. Usually on today's Politics, I anchor it, but today, because of the magnitude of the guest and the discussion that we're going to have today, I said I need someone to join me because today's guest is going to be somebody that you always look up to listen to. It's media friendly. I would say is someone that whenever you tune on to your TV station and you hear him speak, you'll be happy with it. So before I go on, I would like to say joining me as a co-anchor today on today's Politics is my very good friend and colleague, Mr. Desmond.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Abraham, for this wonderful time. And to our viewer out there, it's another good moment and a good time for us to link up together on things that has to do with our politics. You know, it is a time. We just have to make sure that we do it right. And the best way to do it right is communicating, stating out clearly what we need to do. So it's a good time having you here to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know a lot of you viewers will be wondering why the two of us are here today. And well, it's a good thing. But because today we are going to be joined by a distinguished public servant, a distinguished politician, a distinguished personality from Taraba State in the person of Honorable Peniel D. Lawrence. So I introduce to you Honorable Lawrence.
My pleasure.
Good evening, sir. You're looking very, very sharp this evening. What's the secret?
It's God.
It's God. Well, I love that. I love that.
you.
Thank you for joining us today on today's Politics. Welcome to the show. Now, you know, a lot of people know you, and a lot of people know you from afar, but this is an opportunity for them to listen to you up close. So, who is Honorable Peniel D. Lawrence?
All right. Viewers, good evening. My name is Honorable Peniel D. Lawrence. I am the CEO of Green Peak Shelters, a real estate developing firm based in Abuja, one of the fastest and growing real estate firms in Abuja. I live and do business in Abuja. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and beside owning Green Peak Shelters, I am also a partner with my wife in Nexus Multipurpose Cooperative Society. A cooperative society is meant for financial empowerment of women and youth. It's also based in Abuja. And beside that, I am a philanthropist and also I'm a social crusader. I believe in equity, fairness, and social justice. So in a nutshell, that is who I am. And if you may want to know where where I hail from. I hail from Gembu, Sarana local government of Taraba State.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I said something, I said you're looking sharp. So when I heard that he partners with his wife, behind every successful it's a very good woman. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
And it's good when we have people who takes their time to look at the less privileged in the society and decide to give back to the society. And he has been one of those people who, over the years, have been doing this. Sir, I would like to ask, what is it that really motivates you to, rather than just plunge all your resources into profit making, you decided to help the masses? What is it that motivated you to do this?
It's simple. We are blessed to be a blessing. And if God has blessed you and you choose not to make yourself, not to be a conduit pipe, but to be a reservoir, when the reservoir fills up, what happens? It begins to overflow. However, when you understand that you are blessed to be a blessing, you now function like a conduit pipe through which other people also benefit from the abundant blessings God has blessed you with. And when we're talking about blessings here, it's not just financial blessings. It could be your intellectual prowess, it could be your network, it could be anything that adds value to humanity. And that is why, for those of us in corporate business, you find out that one of the standard best practice in corporate business is the ability to give back to the society. Because at that level, you are expected not just to amass wealth for yourself, but also your ability to give back to the society. So you see people like Bill Gates owning the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Dangote owns a foundation, Gua Group owns a foundation, and all of that. So generally speaking, you are blessed to be a blessing.
Thank you.
All right, let's go straight to today's matters, talking about politics. Sir, there's a lot of alignment in the political terrain, a lot of alignment. You see parties going down for others. And please, I want you to speak to us about the alignment in politics. To you, what does it mean for Nigerians? Let's start from there, please.
Well, that's why it is politics. Because in politics, it is said there's no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but a permanent interest. So it is a common thing in the political cycle and among politicians to align and to realign, because everybody is trying to see how they position themselves to be able to foster their interest. So, for example, a few months ago, our governor was in PDP, and Taraba has always been a PDP state. And the governor, in his wisdom, has decided to shift base from PDP to APC. Now, in his wisdom, he has done that based on the permutations and the political calculations he has also done. So shifting from PDP to APC is to also foster his interest and to also reposition the state so that the state is not in the opposition, but the state is aligned with the ruling government at the center, which in the long run will definitely bring more opportunities for the state. Because the truth is, nobody will want to empower a government that is against it. So, and when I say that, what I mean here is that at the center, now you don't expect the center to begin to empower states that are opposition states. So, states that align with the government stands the opportunity to benefit more from the government. So, alignment and realignment, it's a normal thing in politics.
Listening to our Governor, Dr. Abu Kefa, speaking that day, he stated clearly that this decision came not just simple, and a lot of controversies. People have been airing their views, saying a lot of things, and uh, categorically, clearly, can you state out that this decision? I want to bring from that angle because you just mentioned that his change also will bring development. Can you align, maybe speak to the decision of the governor? Do you think it will really help Taraba State to grow or get better?
Yes, I want to concur with the governor that taking such decision is not a walk through the park, because for any serious politician, you already have your team of followers, you have your constituency. And now, looking at a state like Taraba that has been a PDP-controlled state from 1999 up until 2026, you would realize that the decision, a lot of consultations must have been made, a lot of considerations must have been made, because it's not as if uh, we went into elections and an opposition party took over the state. No, the sitting governor was elected under the platform of PDP, but now, willingly, he has decided to move over to APC. And everybody will bear me witness that the governor's popularity is still soaring. So it's not as if he's afraid of anything, but it is in the best interest of the state that he has taken this decision. So it definitely couldn't have been an easy decision for him. However, for the benefits that comes to the state, surely there are going to be benefits that comes from for the state. Because like I said, now no government at the center want to empower states that it does not control. Now you have, every father has children, and it is expected that you love your children, right? But we all know that, there's always that special love for your own.
Yes.
So by the Constitution of Nigeria, the president is not supposed to discriminate. But what we're just saying here is that because your political ideology is the same, that there's that interconnectivity, there's that consideration. You flow together. Yes. So for Tarabians, I want to assure them that there are going to be benefits that comes with it. Definitely.
Thank you very much. I believe a lot of Tarabans need that assurance. So, quoting the governor, said the realignment is not for survival but for success. Now, let me localize this. You are a grassroots person, close to the grassroots, you're a politician. Now, in your own environment, and also as a person, how have you been able to move your people? Years of being in that part, now they've moved into a party that, in quotes, probably maybe they've not been supported before. How have you been able to manage people around you to look at it that this is for the future? The reason why is this. I believe strongly, look at Sedona local government, look at the Gembu hydroelectricity project. I believe that if we are aligned with the center, for years, I think that project will have seen the light of day, but probably because there was no synergy between the federal and the state government, that is why. So how do you think locally in your constituency, in central Taraba, that we will benefit from this alignment?
Well, I want to say for me, I did not move into APC. APC is the first party that I identify with as a card-carrying member. Before now, I used to vote for PDP, but I've never been a card-carrying member of any political party. However, when I made my decision to join mainstream politics, APC is the party that I align with, and I picked up my card to become a card-carrying member. So I did not just move to APC. Now, recently, I have been a member of APC for some time. So for those coming in, they are coming in to meet us. Yes. So, yeah, so how does it benefit Sarara local government looking at the potentials that are in it, just like you mentioned, the Mambila Hydro Power Dam project and all of this. Yes, I want to say that, just like I said, now when you align with the government of the center, it makes it easy to lobby. During Buhari's government, there was that effort and attempt to kickstart the Mambila Hydro Power Dam project, just like, or to continue from where President Obasanjo stopped, because Obasanjo has made some attempts, to bring that project to fruition, but then politics and other things, surrounded it, and it never got to really start. Buhari came, appointed Minister of Power from Taraba State, and our hopes were all high, thinking that the project was going to kick off in earnest. But there were so many other issues surrounding the project, litigations from the previous contractors that were contracted to kickstart the project and all of that. So now, it is not for us to expect that the federal government will do the project for us, because if there's one thing that Tinubu did that is commendable and laudable, is the regularization and the liberalization of the power sector. So which means that as an individual, as a son, or as an individual from Gembu, if I have my money, I can be able to generate 1 kilowatt, 1 megawatt of electricity and sell to the market. The government has made that possible now. And also, the state, at its own level, can also generate an amount of electricity to sell. Then the federal government can also. So it has been able to open up the electricity sector for investors to come in. So what I expect to see is more of lobbying on the part of the government, such that individual private organizations are given incentives and encouraged to come and invest. And also alongside the government, the state government can also key into the opportunity, and the federal government in all of that. Now for Taraba Central as a whole, Taraba Central is blessed. We have arable land from Gasol Valley. You go to Kurmi, you have cocoa, you have palm plantations in cocoa in Kurmi. You go to Gashaka, we house the largest and the most diverse game reserve in West Africa. You go to Gembu, the tourism potentials, the mineral resources, the potentials within the central zone is just enormous. So, and I think that because we are aligned with the center now, it will be very easy to partner with the center in terms of lobbying and drawing the attention of the center towards these potentials, such that the government can also help in bringing in or creating enabling environments that will make investors come to these places. And when investment comes, what that does is boost the local economy of a place. So you have jobs are created, economic activity improves, and then you find out that because jobs are created and people are earning more, the standard of living is enhanced. So these are just some of the benefits. And then you find out that you now begin to have less insecurity issues, because if people are engaged, who is going to who will want to go into social vices? So the benefits, like I said, are enormous, and we are hopeful, and we trust the governor, Abu Kefas, and we trust His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be able to deliver good dividends to us within Taraba Central.
You said something about we trust the president, we trust the government to deliver. Now you're a businessman. You have successful businesses that you do. And if you ask me, what governance is all about is ensuring that the best comes to the populace. Now, as a businessman, as a politician, as a philanthropist, how do you think you can use your experience, your knowledge, your wealth, and whatever it is, your political influence, to turn the narratives around in that your constituency, your environment, either the nuclear environment or the wider environment? Because capacity building is very, very important. And you can't build capacity if you don't have capacity. But you've proven that in business you have that capacity. So how are you going to? What you've done, how do you replicate it among the people of Taraba as a whole, or Central Taraba, or your constituents?
All right, thank you for that question, which I would have, it's almost similar to asking me why go into politics. Yes, so as somebody who is successful in business, and for me, it is not about self, it is about service. Um, because as an individual, as a successful businessman, um, I am limited, I am constrained by what I can do. Now, you realize that political position or political office gives you a better platform, a better platform. So what I can do as an individual, I can do better using leveraging on the platform that political office gives me. So my decision to go into politics, just like you said, is basically to change the narrative. And what is the narrative? Now, if there is no problem, there wouldn't be a solution.
That's right.
And because there is problem, and what was the problem here? Underrepresentation, poor governance, lack of infrastructure, um, uh, and all of this. Now, since 1999, has the people of Taraba Central, has the people of Gashaka Kurumi Sardana Federal Constituency, has the people of Sardauna as a local government, have they really enjoyed the dividends of democracy? Because when you say dividends of democracy, we are simply saying benefits that comes with democracy. And what are these benefits that is supposed to come with democracy? Is development. So we expect to see infrastructural development. We're supposed to see manpower or human capital development. Now, when we are talking about infrastructure development, it is not abstract. Infrastructure development here, you're talking about good roads, schools, hospitals, pipe-borne water, and many other things that makes life worth living. So today, what is the state of infrastructure within the Taraba Central zone? What is the state of infrastructure within Gashaka-Kurmi, Sardana Federal Constituency? I will tell you, we have really not benefited, or we have really not seen an improvement, but rather the state of our infrastructure has dilapidated. And that is why I took it upon myself to say, no, we cannot keep complaining all the time about bad governance, bad roads, no hospitals, no schools for our children. I have pictures of communities within my local government, for example, that children sit outside, not under a tree, just outside to learn, because the classrooms have they've collapsed. I have them. I have pictures of communities that are completely cut off because there are no bridges. And I've also been privileged to go to some of these places to see things for myself. You go to communities where for the past 10 years, the clinic has not been functioning, and it has been turned to where sheep and goats come to sleep.
And we have people
We have them.
resident in those
Yes,
areas.
so you cannot imagine how do they get healthcare services. So, and these are the narratives that we want to change. Now, in today's world, can our youths from within this area and Taraba as a large, can we compete globally with youths from other places? And I'll tell you no. I'll tell you no, certainly. Because if you go to other places, for example, let me just give you an example. You go to places like the Southeast, you go to places like the Southwest, their youths are well informed. They're in tune with current development around the globe. While we are still here, just chasing jobs in local government, chasing jobs, because the orientation of the average youth in Taraba, in general, is just to go to school, graduate, get a job with the local government or get a job with the state government, and then you're fine. And we have come to that point where we need to empower our youths to be able to compete favorably with youths from other parts of the country, to be able to compete favorably with youths from other parts of the world. And how do you do that when you do not have the capacity? That's where human capacity development is key. Now, what is human capacity development? It's just about empowering the resourceful. And it's not just about education, classroom education. Your resourcefulness could mean that you're an artisan. You've learned one skill or the other. I am in the construction, real estate and construction sector. And I will tell you that there are times that we are looking for artisans and you do not have. You do not have them because they are in high demand. And most of these artisans that you see on the streets, I tell you, cumulatively, what they earn in a month is more than what some directors earn, even at the state level. So why can't we begin to empower our youths to begin to think in that light? You have education, not just to work in an office. If you think that is why you have education, then you do not understand what education is. Education is supposed to empower you with knowledge, with wisdom, with understanding to be able to do things better. So that as a graduate, if I can open a car wash, but package it better than the roadside guy because I am educated. Manage it well. That's what education does for you. As a graduate, it does not mean I cannot open a barbing salon as a graduate. What it means there is, if I open a salon, I should be able to package my salon well, administer it well, better than what an ordinary person will do. So when I look at it, you see youths all over the place. We have a problem in our hands because I have been privileged. Sometimes recruiting people into my company, and I will say, no, please, can we get youths from Taraba State? And the result has been very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Because, you see, people who are graduates, but they cannot construct a good sentence in English, but yet they are graduates. And what value will they create? And that's why when we look at it, you see that so many things are not just going on well. So, and these are the narratives that we seek to change. So we are not, I am not in politics to fight anybody. I'm not in politics to prove any point. But what we are saying is that things can be done differently.
There's one. I looked at it. He just opened up the problems to the world. These are things that someone like me, I grew up in the Southwest. Coming back 2 years ago, there was this shock to the way, the unproductivity of the environment. And I think you understand that perfectly. Do you have...
yes, it's still in line of that. He has taken time to align the nature's gift to the nation and how it has been used and other things. And let's say kudos to the governor because he has tried his best to see that the youth are empowered. Reducing the tuition fee is part of it, and also bringing them very close to the government. A lot of youth have gotten employment that could have helped them also stabilize whatever thing they're doing. I think he has done justice to that. But Honorable, I still wanted to speak to. You see, we have youth that along the line they've worked hard for most of these politicians, looking at them as mentors and leaders that will actually guide them. And at point, they get disappointed and they are being used. Please, it is something that is disturbing the society. I don't know. Please, can you speak to us? Speak to that.
Well, the truth is that for most of the political class and the political elite that we have today, they are of the old bloc. Power is never given, power is taken. They are of the old bloc. So if Taraba State is still the way it is, it therefore means that there's a problem with those who led us, and there's a problem, at hand. Now, for most politicians, and I'm not saying all, I say for most. Now, most people that we have today parading themselves as politicians are people who are just mere opportunists, never prepared for leadership. So somebody walks and as he's retiring, he just sees politics as the next thing to do. Not because he has planned, developed himself to go into politics. Most people see politics as the easy way of making money. So when you elect them, the next thing you start seeing is they're buying a house there, they're building a house they never had money to build. They're buying or driving cars they never had money to drive. They are beginning to live large, sending their children to schools before now that they did not have the money to do that. And that is where the electorate also have the share of blame.
As the youth speak.
Yes, I am calling on the youth and advising on the youth of Taraba. We will soon be going into election. Please, enough of being used and dumb. Enough. Because most of these people, they are thinking about themselves and their children. How many of them have you seen their children on the street with you? How many? Why should someone send his children to better schools, but is asking you to be a tout for him around town? Why should someone want to keep you, cage you, just because they want to be using you? Because I want to think that for anything I'm doing today, my family should be my number one fan.
That's right.
My family should be my number one fan. So, but most of these people, you find out that their families are distant from what they are doing. It therefore tells you their intention and their purpose is not genuine. So it is about time because, now there's this slogan that is common around the place that it's youth o'clock. And for Taraba youth, I want to say it's youth o'clock. You need to shine your eyes, open your eyes. Don't just follow people blindly. Look at their trajectory. Where is this person coming from? If he was in the public service, can you ask yourself, while he was working in this office, why he held this position, what did he do? How was his life? What is his achievement? Because for my life, I don't understand how today I want to queue behind somebody who does not have anything to show for. And we must stop this politics of tribalism and religion. It's not taking us anywhere in Taraba State. It's not. We should be looking at people's capacity. Who has the capacity to deliver? Because it is only someone with capacity that will give you good roads. It is only someone with capacity that will think of enhancing the educational sector, that will think of bringing development. It is only someone with capacity, because in life, you cannot give what you do not have. So, for most of us, most especially youth, I'm calling on you and advising you, please, we need to sit down and have a talk. We cannot continue in this way. So we have our own share of blame in the state of backwardness that we see. Because the truth is that we are not where we are supposed to be. In terms of development, we are not. The governor is trying his best, but the governor cannot do everything. There are so many other political office holders. There are so many other critical political stakeholders. What effort are they making at their own level to turn the tide around? So I am not indicting the governor, neither am I saying the governor is not performing. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the governor is just an individual. No matter how good his intentions are, you need drivers around you to drive those policies and good intentions so that they come to fruition. And I'm saying that for most of those who are political office holders in Taraba State, either appointed or elected, they have really not done much in helping the youths that have worked for them. So a lot of people use the youth and they don't. And that is not good.
Thank you very much. I looked at the time. It's fast spent, but it seems like we can go on and on and on, simply because when you have capacity, it's like a deep well. You can keep fetching from it. Honorable, thank you very, very much for this wonderful opportunity you have given us to listen, to draw from your wealth of knowledge. And I believe with time, you will still be here to talk more, to build capacity with the youth, to build capacity with even the political class, because it seems they need some a kind of re-education of the political class. So thank you very much, sir. And the people of Gashaka, Kurmi, Southern are blessed to have someone like this who is ready to redirect the potentials of and I believe God willing, and with a little push here and there, we're going to get there. So before we round up, there's always an opportunity for you to, at least before you go, give us this word of wisdom. They say word. Give us that word, that statement that will keep those who are listening to you gingered till the next time they hear from you again.
For me, I want to say I have this philosophy in life that I have no regret for the past, no remorse for the present, but unshakable faith in the future. All is not lost. There is hope. And I believe that with Governor Abu Kefas, our hope is renewed in Taraba State like never before. So thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure listening to you. Yeah. And I promise your audience, we're going to bring him back here. He's going to speak on politics and human capital development and business. And we're going to look at the history, because very few, I'm sorry to use this word, very few Tarabans made it through business. Most is through government patronage. So you're a rare gem, sir. You're welcome to the show once again. Desmond, it's a pleasure here.
Yeah, all right. For my last line, I still want to thank Honorable for creating our time to be with us. And I believe that our viewer out there has actually gotten what they need to know as far as politics is concerned, especially the youth constituent. That's my area that has so much love. So I believe that youth will not just be carried away by talking little cash up and there. Will be there for something that will give us that integrity and that credibility that we truly deserve. So from me, tough time never lasts, but tough people do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yes, from us here, just like you say, tough times never last, but tough people do. And today, we've come to the end of today's politics on Some TV, your number one political program on TV. Once again, I'm Abraham Minor Judah. Have a wonderful